Get started then. As long as everyone's ready.
Not really.
Nope.
Contemplating life decisions now. But please do carry forward.
Alrighty then. I hope everyone had a wonderful New Year's.
Blew some things up. It was fun.
As long as all your digits remain, you're good. But we'll dive in on what happened last year. So, as snuggling partners had been either inadvertently made, unknowingly made, and cuddles were had. The nights passed, well, the rest of the night and the morning passed through uneventfully until people started to wake. Some awakening to a situation they weren't okay with, and the other waking to a very large headache. The group got up in their own times and eventually got breakfast together. Slowly. Bryn went in search of the voice she didn't want to talk to, but had agreed to. But luckily for her, this voice was not present. Now, I would usually go into some of the details about the session prior that may or may not seem important, but let's skip to the coup de grace. As Bryn was walking the street trying to see if killing the neighbor boy would be an easy thing to do, you can go ahead and watch the last session to understand that one, she saw an odd parade of Goliath and cloaked individuals make their way to a residence further down the street. After a moment, a large explosion cascading into the street and the body of an elven man lay amongst them. The parade of Goliaths and cloaked figure quickly departed the scene afterwards, and Bryn overheard some names as people were gossiping and fixing the destruction. She went back inside and relayed this to the rest of the party, and when Nori heard the name JJ, she told them what she knew and that they had to run. So they forfeited their last night at the inn, asked for their horse and carriage to be brought around, and when they stepped outside, Nori was greeted with a new voice in her head, after Trentimir warned her of another piece nearby. Shortly thereafter, as indecision kicked in, they saw appearing at the end of the street the cloaked figure that Bryn had witnessed before, and a bright violet light appearing from underneath the hood. I give you guys 30 seconds to put a game plan together, or tell me what you want to do.
Okay, so first things first, I'm going to cast Freedom of Movement on myself.
Okay.
And then I'm going to tell the group, let me pull up my thing. I'm going to say that, JJ is here. He's talking in my head. We need to split up. If we're going to get out of here, go to Jadeport, get out of this guy's line of sight. And I'm going to take Racha and meet you out there. I'm going to turn into a giant eagle. I'm going to grab Racha, and I'm going to book it towards the ocean.
Kaporn's standing right in front of Nori as she says all this, and just taking everything in, hops into the front of the carriage with the one horse, and I hope everyone's inside and is going to start trotting away.
Okay.
Yeah, Bryn would have made her way into the cart.
Yeah, did we all hear that?
If she's talking out loud to everybody, then yeah.
Okay, then I'll...
Loud enough for them to hear, quiet enough that JJ doesn't hear.
So
I'll start getting on the cart if I'm not on the cart. But if I'm looking around, is JJ visible, or does anyone who stands out as a JJ visible to me, since I don't know what he looks like?
You can, I mean, this individual was at the end of the street and is creating a wide berth around himself. People are getting out of the way, and it's easily visible that if there was some sort of bad evil guy nearby, Probably that guy.
What race is he?
You don't know.
Yeah, he's in the hood. Racha is going to let whatever happens to him with Nori grabbing him
Nori,
and
take the
stuff.
wheel. Okay.
But it's if that's what she wants, instead of her grabbing him, he'd rather climb up onto her back.
Just to let you know that if you are not near the ground, you cannot create arrows.
Yeah, I figured that was how it would work.
I will say you have enough time to grab one arrow from the ground if you want to.
Yeah, he might as well knock it then, for
Alright,
sure.
so it does the force damage. Okay, so Saren, you're getting onto the carriage. Racha, you're letting Nori Jesus take the wheel. Bryn, you're jumping in the carriage. And Kaporn, you're driving.
Warren's on the driving
The
seat.
horse, with the amount of weight that you guys have accumulated, plus the carriage itself and how much it weighs, the horse is not going to be able to pull you at max speed.
Porn is more than willing to just dump the two teeth he has onto the ground right now.
The teeth are, they exacerbate the situation, but still it's going to make it difficult terrain for the horse to pull.
I don't suppose they are knowledgeable enough to have ascertain a number for how much weight we need to lose.
It's the carriage itself. It is a 2-horse carriage. So it is just a large, unwieldy thing behind just a single horse.
So there's nothing we can do about it.
Besides creating a new horse or...
Can I create a new horse before I turn into the eagle?
You could certainly try. Because I think your wild shape's a bonus action, right?
No, my wild shape's in action. Yeah, that it's smarter for me to stay in wild shape form because I'm guessing we only have 2 turns.
Well, I'm letting you all decide what you want to do, and then I will interject what happens. I'm sure you all have talked about battle strategies, but I thought this would be the last chance to make sure if any changes want to be made.
Nori, it sounds like we're gonna need a horse.
All right, I will have summoned a horse. So for me, it goes freedom of movement, summon a horse, wild shape, and use my full 80 fly speed to get the fuck out of there, going over buildings so that I can get out of his line of sight.
Okay.
And hopefully with the horse, Kaporn's gonna make a straight left turn at the intersection and head towards the... What is it? The east?
West is towards the water.
So yeah, so
That's
we're
the way
going
the horse is facing currently.
towards the water?
He is coming from the east.
So south, I believe we're at the very tip of the north, right?
No, that's where the Grim Genie is. You guys are closer to the center of town. Because you are south and east of the Tackle's Respite. So that would put you close to the middle of this town specifically. The Grim Genie is up at the northeast corner. And that's where he was going when he felt Trentimere. And that's when he turned around.
So I guess we're taking the cart down the south street.
Okay, so yeah, you would take it west to the intersection and then dip south.
Yes, please.
So Racha's actions in those moments that Nori was doing would be to unhook the bottle from his side, the oh yeah canister, for lack of a better term, because he has no idea what it actually is, and hand it to Bryn, and just say, that'll really fuck some shit up, and then hop on after pulling the arrow.
Okay, so since summoning the arrow is a bonus action, I believe. Okay. So, Nori, you said freedom of movement, conjure animal, and then wild shape.
Yeah, that's what I've
Okay,
got
so
to
that's
do.
3 turns. So, as you say, JJ's here, and you give your instructions out, you hear a, battle planner. Interesting.
Battle is not a plan at the moment.
And so you cast freedom of movement on yourself. Everyone's first round of actions begin. Everyone is on the cart. Freedom of movement has been cast. And Richa, you've handed over the oh yeah canister. Oh yeah. The oh yeah canister to Bryn. Have pulled your arrow and are ready to climb onto Nori when she turns into one. The next few seconds go by, and you hear in your head again, Nori. We'll see about that. As you start to conjure the steed. After you're done conjuring the steed, you look, you see everyone's on the thing. I'll say you are adept enough to conjure the steed inside the saddle and everything. Not gonna put you guys even further out than that. But you conjure the steed and you look around. People are on. Rashad's waiting to go. You turn around and JJ's no longer there.
I'm continuing on with what I'm doing. This is my plan. I have to. There's no time to question myself because I figure that he's either invisible or has teleported, and I don't want to deal with that. I'm just getting out.
And Racha will ready his arrow fire for if he appears within any, like within, we'll say, closer than 30 feet of us, and fire and actually attacks. He will fire his shot
Okay.
at him, but he's not going to fire first.
Gotcha.
Can Caporn ready Eldritch Blast?
Yeah.
Only if. Yeah, Caporn's gonna ready Eldritch Blast only in the case where JJ shows up directly in front of him of the carriage.
Okay. Hold on, I need to pull up an extra tab.
I don't like this at all.
I feel queasy, and this is really terrifying.
Okay, well that didn't help me whatsoever.
If Saren has an action, he's just gonna cast Disguise Self, and do I not have it right? Okay, I'm gonna cast Disguise Self and just make myself look different, unrecognizable from my true form, I guess.
Okay.
Giant gelatinous blob.
No, Elvin.
Oh my god, I just want this one thing and I cannot fucking find it.
How about you don't find it and we just leave?
And everything is just hunky dory, fine.
JJ got tired chasing us for 20 seconds, and he's just like, "Fuck it, yeah, totally."
Okay. I am just going to have to decide this on my own. Okay. So, um, as you guys are preparing things, getting ready, and trying to move forward, um, there is like a there's a sound that is created on top of the carriage, usually where Racha sits. It's it's like someone taking two pieces of fabric and ripping it. And Kapoor, you being the only one with visual range on that specific spot, you look and you see what you've only seen once before. This black hole created on top. You had once seen when a giant flaming symbol turned completely black.
Um,
A hand reaches
Kapoor
out from it and slams on top of the cart, on top of the carriage. Um, it's manacled and chains are dug into its flesh as another hand holding a sword comes out from the other side and it pulls itself up like it's like coming out of the pool almost. And in front of you, you see what tends to be, it almost looks like the skin has been dried and sunken against the skull because it looks more like a skull than it does a actually functioning head of any sorts. But two tusks come out from the side of the cheeks, like down underneath the ear bone, and point curve down and forwards. It's got large chest, and the manacles and chains and armor that it's wearing kind of protrudes off of it in different sections. As it pulls itself up, you see a bow strapped to its back. And as it's coming out, the eyes are deep, hollow sockets, but these piercing little balls of almost firelight in these tiny recessed eyes peer forward. On top of the head lies this interesting kind of half mane of fiery red hair that pull backwards, and the teeth from the front of this jaw. It almost looks like a dog's head, but the mouth section is insanely just jagged and forthworth.
what is its size considered in comparison to myself?
It is considered a large creature.
Uh, can I say that this falls under Kapoor throwing Eldritch Blast out?
Yeah, I'd say you can go ahead and do that.
It's on top
Yep.
of the cart, you said? So does the cart even stand underneath him?
It's not completely humongous. It's it's not a Balrog or anything like that. It's large. It sits about 8 feet tall, but it's not heavy enough to crush the carriage.
Just to clarify, this is Eldritch Blast with the push invocation.
Okay, then you'd have to wait for it to completely come out of its portal.
10-4.
Which, I mean, it does, and you could still do it, but... Okay. 1 second. This is the problem I was having with it. I do not have a separate stat block that I can pull off this damn thing. That does not hit.
It doesn't. Okay.
Yep, nope.
I'm gonna. Does that count as like a reaction? Because
Yeah,
that thing
holding
just
your spell is and setting it off is your reaction. For those that don't know, this is a Yugoloth. It is a type of fiend.
And we're able to hear this thing coming out.
You hear the rip, you hear the tear, you feel the shifting weight as it pushes itself onto the actual on top of the carriage itself. So as you either can get out or look, you can see this behemoth of a creature standing there, now looking directly at Kaporin, who tried to shoot it in the face.
Do we have a turn right now?
This was at the end of your guys' turn when that happens. Nori, you hear in the back of your head, I hope your friends like my present.
I highly doubt that.
Okay, so now would be the turn in which Nori, you can wild shape. And everyone else gets a set of actions.
If Kaporin can, he's jumping off of the cart, like diving to the street, I guess.
Okay.
Just in the direction away from the fiend.
All right. Easy enough to do.
Yeah, so I don't know. Can I call? Would calling out to the group count against me, or so? Then I would call out to the group. There's a demon above the carriage on the carriage.
Would Bryn be able to get out and go up to the thing, or would that be too much?
I mean, it'd be climbing, so take half your speed. So if you want to climb up the 10 feet to get on top of the carriage, I mean, you can. You'd just be using a lot of your movement.
Gotcha. All right, she's gonna get out, cast haste on herself, and then go up and try to attack it.
Okay.
Well, to say the carriage is just basically bowing through the extra weight.
The carriage is well built. It's not ready to fall apart or anything like that. The carriage can handle a decent amount of weight. It's just the horses now cannot go anywhere with the extra weight added. The top portion and everything, I mean, it's creaking and it sounds like it's not having a fun time, but it's still seemingly all together.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, so luckily you did not activate your fire sword yet, or else the carriage would be on fire right now.
Yep.
That would have been fun though.
I don't think so.
But regardless, you swing at this creature and it just easily steps to the side as your sword goes careening down and actually chopping Richaw's little bench that he had made for himself in half. All right, so that was your. Oh, you can attack twice for your action, though, right?
Oh yeah.
Well,
I did my action to cast haste though.
Yeah. Well, for you, it's a racial trait, so you could use. I think does it say action for that I put down?
I think we've been doing it as an action at least. I don't remember. And then that attack would have been her hasted action.
Gotcha.
Point.
Yeah, it still says one action even in the features part.
All right. So you've got 5 feet of movement, but that's about all you have left.
And then since I tried to attack it, can I try to shove him with my bonus action?
If that's under your features, then yes.
Yep, my shield master. Athletics?
His athletics?
Or is that the
Athletics.
If you're shoving him, yeah, it's an athletics versus or strength versus strength check.
Gotcha.
It's +1.
Hold on, sorry. I think I rolled the wrong thing. I don't know.
Just a straight strength check? Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's you have a +4 to strength, not your saving throw, right?
Correct.
It was more of if it was strength or athletics was the issue.
Gotcha. Okay. You kind of bring up your shield and dip your shoulder down and try to shove it into him. And you do make contact and you do feel him slide a little bit, but he catches himself on the lip of the carriage and stands firm. He literally rolled an 18.
Awesome.
Rachaz's reaction in this situation would still be to keep an eye out for the other dude. Is he seem like he's just gone, or has he like reappeared somewhere else?
He's not reappeared anywhere.
So he would still climb onto Nori at this point. Would that take an action to do that or no?
No, it'd just be your movement.
Then he would get onto Nori, or before getting onto Nori, he'd take the shot at the thing that Bryn is now fighting, and then bonus action pull a second arrow out of the ground, and then hop on.
Okay. Go ahead and make the shot. That does not hit, unfortunately.
But then, yeah, he'd just bonus action, grab another arrow out of the ground, and hop on.
Okay. So with the arrow careening past him, he kind of like is now looking between Kaporin, this Bryn, and Racha, and kind of deciding what he wants to do and who he wants to go for. Kaporin, you jumped off. Anything else after jumping off?
I attempt to banish the creature.
Okay.
I port. Yeah, I port.
Did you send me your portents?
And I sent them because last session, I think it would be the same ones.
So 3 and 6.
Yeah, and I give him the 3.
Okay. All right. Okay. So with a faint popping noise, this creature kind of looks down at you again as you start to cast the spell, and before it can move or get out of the way or anything like that, it disappears from the top of the carriage.
Oh God, thank Lord.
Do I have an action right now?
Yeah.
I move over to Kaporin and I cast invisibility on him.
Okay.
If I have anything else I could do after that, Kaporin's just gonna start running for his life, probably.
With the jump and then having to get up, you would have like 5 feet of movement.
Okay, he would move out of that position from where he was standing originally.
Okay. You guys, Nori, you hear, "You guys got some tricks in you. I like it." And then from above, there is a little 1 foot ball of emerald that streaks from the top of one of the buildings down on top of the carriage itself, and as soon as it makes impact, it explodes in a 20-foot radius. I need everyone to make dex saving throws.
Wow, thank God, Kaporn.
So only Nori and Kaporin save. So you take half damage. I'm just going to use the roller on here because it's too many dice to roll. So those that failed take 24 points of acid damage, and those that succeed take 12.
I have resistance to acid damage.
So you take half.
Half of half, 6?
Yes.
It was, so what was the half damage
12.
because of evasion? All right.
Does that mean I have to make a con save for haste still?
Yes. And since you failed, you need to beat a 12. Oh, which you did.
And then, just to double check, Kaparin, you also do you double have? Because don't you have acid resistance?
Yeah, that's why he took 6.
Oh, okay. I thought he had. I was talking with Bryn.
Invisibility.
Kaporin's
Yeah.
invisibility
And I
drops.
need Nori to make a con save as well for the horse. And the horse is gone.
Bye, horse.
You see, Nori, I've got tricks as well. Come on, let's make this fun.
How do you know my name?
You are an open book. Thought you were Tiva at first from your shard, but as soon as I connected with it, I can learn so much about you and your friends.
Great. Isn't that wonderful?
Quite. All right, another round of actions, everybody.
If it's the spell, I think it is. Do we take damage on our turn?
At the end of, I believe, its next turn. Yeah, so at the end, after, if you guys all stay in that location, I'm not going to say that it's drenching you and that's the damage you're dealing with. I'll just say if you stay in the location, you'll take an extra damage.
Gotcha. Well, then if do we see him
Nope.
now that he's fired off a shot or no? All right. Do we see where the emerald thing came from or no?
Probably only Nori with her passive perception.
Where did it come
On
from?
top of the lazy pillow.
I'm pretty sure my passive perception's better than hers.
No, I
She-
leveled up.
Yeah,
I
she
have
took the
23.
observer.
You took it. Right. Yeah.
Kaporn, if the cart wasn't damaged in the blast.
Oh, it's got acid streaks all over it. Oh, and the horse is dead.
Well, fuck the cart then. I'm yelling, run! And who is closest? It's me and Bryn are the closest together.
Wait, the horse might be alive. Hold on.
Oh my god, if this horse survived?
It did not. It's dead. Did not make the deck save.
The poor horsey.
And then I'm assuming Saren's the closest to you since he tried to cast invisibility on you.
Well, you're on top. Kaporin is running away. Yeah, Saren would have made his way towards Kaporin.
Then Kaporin's just gonna keep running. Full distance. Casting or I can cast at will false life, so I'm giving myself false life too.
Okay.
Suppose I'll go next. Saren, if the effect from the spell looks like it's lingering, I'm gonna get out of the area and I'm gonna cast a blink on myself.
Okay.
And it's my d20. So at the end of my turn, I vanish.
All right. Richa? Oh, actually, Nori probably first.
Oh, fuck me. All right, I guess. Well, I said I was going to fly, so I'm going to take off but stay near enough. Just get far enough away from the group that if another area of effect thing happens, we don't attract that.
Okay. Go ahead. Oh, never mind.
Oh, I also tell Racha mentally. I go, he's on top of the lazy pillow.
Make a melee spell target.
Do I look up there and not see anything?
Still nothing. What's the AC for your bird form?
It is only 13.
Okay. You see a large vine-like whip covered in thorns that comes off one of the buildings as you're starting to fly away. It hits you, dealing 3 points of piercing damage, and you get pulled 10 feet towards the building to your north side.
This is Thornwhip. He's only 30 feet away from us, and now 20.
Would I have seen the vines come towards us, and can I fire towards its origin point?
He's got spell sniper, so he's not 30 feet away.
Fun.
Can I try
Yeah,
to
you can
check?
try to take a shot. It'd be disadvantage.
What distance is it away roughly?
He is currently 70 feet away from the origination point of the vine.
I just wanted to see if I would be at double disadvantage, basically.
And unfortunately, does not hit.
All right, and then he'll just call out because Nori told. Was it that from the lazy pillow too, or
No.
no? Okay, so then he wouldn't call out the top of the lazy pillow then.
Bryn, did you take your turn yet?
No.
Go ahead.
Yeah. She's gonna jump. Excuse me. She's gonna jump down from the carriage, and then she's gonna go after Kaporin, since hoping that Saren's also. I think Saren went that way too, right?
We don't know where Saren went.
Yeah,
he
gone.
blinked.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Right. So she's gonna follow Kaporin to make sure he's good. And then after I get down, I would have the rest of my 70 feet of movement to get there.
Yeah, Kaporan's only at this point 60 feet away, so that's enough to get to him. All right. We're not currently in initiative because, well, he's playing with you guys.
How kind.
Nor are you here once again. Oh, my dear. Why do all my friends want to run away from me?
Because you're trying to hurt them. How did you know Tiva?
She was the one that took out my eye.
Nori is impressed.
And so I
And
took
just
her friend's
goes-
soul. Fair trade.
Was by any chance their name Theodore?
How about you? Make an intelligence saving throw for me, Nori.
Ooh.
Is this all within their mind,
This is
or am
all
I
in their
hearing it too? Gotcha. Racha is just on guard on an eagle still.
12. I imagine that does not save.
You take 16 points of psychic damage.
Ow. Alright, I'm no longer a bird.
So, as you guys start plummeting, luckily you didn't get too far up as this started to happen. The thorn whip keeping you guys to roughly about 40 feet in the air. You guys fall to the ground, taking an extra... Oh, only 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
That sounded more terrifying than it did, than it happened.
We're not done yet.
Am I able to uncanny dodge it by chance?
If you want to use it for this, yeah.
Like, more or less, I wanted to try and acrobatics land it, but
Yeah, you want to
it's
hero
fine.
land. I understand.
won't.
Nori. Your intelligence and charisma become 1. You can't cast spells, activate magic items, understand language, or communicate in any intelligible way. You have been feeble-minded.
I know the spell.
You can still hear in your mind. Oh, I hate it when they talk back. Now for your friends. Alright. With that, we're back. Kaporan?
Does Kaporan see Nori and Rachel fall to the ground?
Yep.
If I get Kaporan's still running. Yeah, I get. I'm holding up the spell, so I'm gonna keep running.
Alright, Bryn?
I'm assuming we're running to the south, correct?
Well, you need to run west
We
to
would've tried.
get to the intersection that'll let you run south.
Gotcha.
So at the end of your last turn, when you caught up to Kaporan, you're at the intersection now. So Kaporan, you can dictate whether you want to go south or west.
Kaporan wants to go west or south because he wants to stay away from
Okay.
the water.
So if you're following Kaporan, then yes, going south.
The tackle's respite was directly down towards the water, correct?
The water is to your west.
Yeah, and that's where the tackle's respite
West
was.
and north, yes.
All right, she's gonna follow Kaporin.
Which you catch up to him with your haste and speed.
Yeah, she's not gonna go farther than him. She's gonna protect his back, basically, since he can see forward.
Okay. Make sure you're keeping tabs on turns and how long haste lasts.
Okay.
All right, Saren, you pop back into existence. You look around, you see Nori and Racha on the ground, and Bryn and Kaporin are nowhere to be seen. Saren's keeping track of his blink.
Oh.
Saren? Are you muted?
Might have lost him.
It says he's still in roll 20, and he just typed 1 in chat. There we
Can
go.
you hear me now? Okay, yeah, I don't know why it wasn't working. So did you
Nope.
hear any of that? Okay, great. So I would have seen which way Kaporin went because I've got the 30 feet of vision.
He was already 70 feet away from you. Because he had...
No, when I cast invisibility on him, I would have seen which way he ran from me.
Oh, yeah. And then invisibility dropped, but then there was another whole turn where he just dashed away.
No, it's all right though. I'm gonna pop 10 feet closer in whatever direction he was running, and then I'm just gonna keep running in that direction, and I'm gonna start stacking all the non-concentration effects, and I'm gonna cast see invisibility on myself.
Okay.
And it's if it's not an action, I take a look around and see if I can see Mr. Big Bad. Oh, and I regain a first level slot.
I'd say, give me a perception check. Because you're trying to do this quick. And still have your turn. I wrote down his stealth here somewhere. Where did I write it down? I'll just re-roll since you just got that. What's his stealth modifier? Oh wow, +1. Okay, so you matched it. So you see, which you didn't before you put the spell on, next to a front door, one of the buildings, about now, he's going to be 1.5 residents away from where Nori and Racha have hit the ground.
Does he still look like he's focusing on them?
He's kind of leaning up against the door frame. And, I mean, he's looking in their direction, but he's not, like, menacingly walking towards them with all his focus there. You know what I mean?
How far is he from me?
Before or after you run?
About midway, because I would have been casting while I was running.
In that case, he would be roughly 80, 90-ish feet. Because he's on the opposite side of Nori and Racha from you guys.
Okay. God, I really don't want to do this. Alright. Bonus action cantrip. Firebolt.
Okay. What's the save? Oh no, it's a
Firebolt.
attack.
That doesn't hit though.
But you send a streak of fire in the direction of JJ, which causes him to turn and look at you and kind of cock his head to the side.
and then I poof.
Back into the ethereal plane you go.
After I finish running.
Yeah. All right, so that's Bryn, Kaporin, and Saren. Nori, Richa.
Well, Nori's kind of gone. She can recognize her friends, and so she's just she looks confused. And she kind of looks at Richa. She's on the ground, right? She kind of looks at Richa and tilts her head at him, but she doesn't do anything because she doesn't know.
You do hear in your head from Trentimir. I can help you with only the things you've allowed me to help you with in the past. So any warlock abilities or spells you're still able to do. Unfortunately, you haven't sunk too much into that, so you don't get as much benefit of it.
And there's nothing I can do because I don't understand things, and any spells that I do have aren't going to do anything to him. So I think I'm just sitting there.
I mean, you still understand what who your friends are and who enemies would be in that case. So you know that there's something bad going on. Yeah, because you're still running on instinct, basically.
Yeah, and I've got high wisdom. I'm going to stand back up, and I'm going to... Do I see JJ?
No, he's still invisible.
So I kind of just back up a little bit and then look at Richa and just follow his lead because I don't know what's happening.
Richa?
He's going to stand up and then he'll sort of yell in an exacerbated way, not like a threatening way, for Nori to run, and gesture to Shu, basically, and he'll pull out Trentimir's sword, and based on where the firebolt was, go charging towards the firebolt shot that he saw Saren fire.
Okay, so charging towards the residents. Got it.
And then if he collides with something, he will swing at it.
Go ahead and make an attack with disadvantage. You kind of poke the rapier out and end up getting it embedded into the wall. Takes your entire bonus action to pull it back out.
And he'll sort of just look around in the area and just sort of glare a little bit and just go, "Coward."
Okay. So, with that, as you're standing there, slightly off to your right, a JJ appears. And trust me, Bird, you're not the first protector Trentimir has created for others. And with that, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. All right. So you take half the damage. So you take 9 points of thunder damage.
And can I uncanny dodge it too, or would...
Yeah, since it's been your turn, it resets.
So
It'd
it's
be
a 5 or
we
4?
round up. Yep. So you take the 5 points of thunder damage as an explosion of sound and shatters the windows behind you, and he does thunder step to get himself just a wee bit closer to his target. You guys all actually can hear the explosion of thunderous booms happening back from where all the interaction had just happened. Bryn, Kaporin, Saren, though you don't have any visual acuity on the area anymore.
Actually, I don't think I hear it.
You'd still hear it. It
okay.
would just sound muffled to you. But you guys hear the sound of thunder once more from the back where you originally were, where you saw Nori and Racha go down. Nori, as you're standing there, and the explosion of sound happens, you kind of wince as dust gets kicked up into the air, and as you kind of like blink and open your eyes, you look up at the face. I forgot to give you the description for yourself, Racha. But you're looking up into the hood, and underneath the hood you see a violet stone embedded in the right eye of what seems to be an elven individual, but no elf that you've ever seen. The skin, a dark blue tint. As he looks down at you, as kind of just head to the side with a slight smile. Oh dear, you're just a poor little thing, aren't you? And he just brushes your hair out of your face. Even with all these friends nearby. It's a shame, really. Tiva didn't prepare you correctly. Oh well. Guess I have some semblance of redemption, knowing she's dead. Alright, Bryn, Kaporin. You guys are currently heading south down one of the streets, the explosion sound happening behind you all. But roughly, you guys are about 150 feet away now.
Is Nori visible
Nope,
from our position?
Gone down a completely other street. Nori's still back where everything started, in front of the Lazy Pillow.
Do I have an action?
If you want to go first, sure.
I'm not sure how you want to do it exactly, but I guess, where is he standing? And I can see him.
Yeah,
now,
he's
right?
standing right next to Nori.
And is she like in the middle of the road, or is she within running distance of him?
She's within running distance, but I'd say instinctually she probably backed up to the carriage.
If his back is to me, I'm going to run, and as I run, drop my bow and pull out my bag of holding and try and either force him into it, or at the very least dunk his head into the bag of holding over the top of him, and like hold it like a bag of suffocation over his face.
Wow, that's
Okay.
graphic.
Go ahead and make a stealth check first. He knows his passive perception's 21. So this will impose disadvantage on you to do this. But you can use athletics or acrobatics to try, and this would be like you trying to grapple him. Oh, that would be athletics for you then. He gets to use acrobatics or athletics. My bad. He'll use. So, my bad, Richard. You need to roll athletics with disadvantage. He gets the choice. So that's 17.
Did we lose Racha?
You take the bag out and run and try to jump and force his arms down, and he kind of just like steps and allows you to use your own momentum to go careening into the carriage next to Nori. Don't take any damage, but you're now in between him and Nori at least.
I'm
And
holding the bag.
holding a bag at him. Get in the bag. All right, Kaporin.
I'm really lost. I'm like, we're 150 feet away.
You're
from...
about because you went to the intersection and then you started running south, which was a left. So you got to the intersection and took a left and ran 60 feet down that way. So it'd be 60 feet to get back to the intersection, about 80 feet to get to the battle.
Well, to start, Kaporin's going to snap his fingers, bring Belladonna into existence nearby, and give her the orders to fly upwards, to keep an eye out for JJ as he continues to use the rest of his movement to keep running.
Okay. What's her hover distance?
I took the invocation of the master of the chain master or whatever that Tasha brings into, so she has a flying speed of 40
Okay.
now.
All right, so you send her up.
Yeah, like a base, for lack of a better term, a guardian angel, just keeping an eye out for JJ.
Okay. Even with a full movement and dash from her, I mean, she could get up in the air and see stuff, but she's not going to be able to get to anything.
Yeah, I figured it just, but she's
Yep.
there if
Anything
I
else
need
you want
her.
to do?
Saren is in his pocket dimension,
He's just blinking back in. Yeah.
if I can see Saren, then I want to throw some healing at him.
Okay.
I use my healing light, and give him 2 rolls. 1 second.
Okay. So while he's doing that, Bryn, you want to do anything?
I mean, there's this. I want to do something, but it's should I do that? And that's a no. Just gonna keep pushing Kaporin to go, I guess.
Okay. Saren?
Okay, so I'm gonna blink right where I was. If I turn around, JJ's not invisible anymore, but they're all like in this little standoff. Would I still be able to see them?
So if you took your movement to run, as you said you were doing while you were casting, and then at the end of your running you blinked, you would be at the intersection. and slightly south. Still technically within visual range, but since the current where they're at to the cart where it would be, you could probably only see Nori at this point.
Okay, just because I'm right here, I'll probably use. I'm going to use 10 feet of movement to try and move myself around so I'd be able to see if anyone was with her.
Yeah, you can move 10
right
feet
around
and see Richa and JJ.
How far are they?
Altogether, about 90 feet.
I really don't think he'd do nothing, but I really don't want to be the first one to hit him. Firebolt.
All right.
That doesn't hit anyway. All right.
Yeah, the firebolt flies out and bounces off a blue force field that is around him. And he looks up at you and just shakes his head with a smile.
Oh well, I tried. I don't know what. Oh, would I know if I use a cantrip as my action? Can I use another
Yeah.
one as my bonus? Okay, then I guess I cast another one. Why
Okay.
not? Ooh, that one might hit.
That one does hit.
Great, I'm the first one to hit him. Definitely gonna die now. 14 damage.
All right.
Now that I've hit him, I use my remaining 20 feet of movement to.
Well, now everyone roll initiative.
Oh, fuck.
Everyone, roll
Yep.
initiative. Can we give him lowest initiative?
Saren only has one more of those, and might need to save it for something else.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not nearby. I need to be within 30
okay,
feet.
okay. All right.
Would I get to use my movement?
You have 20 left. Yeah.
All right. After I hit him, I'm booking it. I assume I know where Kaporin is now since he managed to use a spell on me.
Yeah.
Or at least that's the direction he's in. So I'm just gonna book it in that direction. For my remaining 20 feet.
It's also Bryn's right next to him, so a large hulking Bryn is kind of easy to see.
And I poof.
All right. So, as all things, JJ gets to go first.
Of course he does.
I'm terribly sorry to do this to you again, little bird friend, but can you just hold on to this? As he takes out nothing from his pocket and then just holds an open palm. And I need Nori and Richa to make Constitution saving throws. Okay. Both fail, and you both take 19 points of thunder damage.
I will uncanny
Okay.
dodge it.
As he all of a sudden disappears from in front of you again, this time being at the exact spot that he last saw Sarah. All right. With that, yeah, he sees Bryn and Corin down the road. gonna kind of take a couple steps in different directions and then just stay there.
Does Belladonna have a clear line of sight from
Yeah.
for him now? Oh, I forgot to roll for Belladonna. I'm sorry.
Roll for that pixie. So, with that, we go next to Bryn.
So he's now in the intersection. All right. She's going to tell Kaporin to keep going, and then flip back and go towards him.
All right. So he's currently about we'll say 60 feet away. So if you use the dash action, you can get up to him.
Well, I'm hasted though, so I double my. Oh yeah. All right, and then she's gonna try to attack him, I guess.
Go for it.
First she's, yeah. Yeah, before. Yeah, bonus action, she's going to say El Jour and light her little sword of flame.
Yes.
And then do her little swings.
Swing, swing. It hits.
Apparently, the connecting thing's being weird tonight.
Gotcha. What's all the one-handed damage ones? The first two hit, the third one misses.
I have to do one more then. So then I also do the D1, sorry. I obviously have never used this thing while it's flaming.
So far, it's 30 points of damage now.
Yeah, it's just split between different hits.
And then the 5 was for the fire damage.
Not bad, not bad.
You can read it because I can't. I don't understand any of these numbers right now.
Alright, so 35 points of damage.
And then we're going to action surge to do it again.
Okay. Miss. That hits. Alright, so another 11 points of damage. Okay.
And that's what she's going to do.
Alrighty then. Okay, so after Bryn, we have Belladonna.
I guess what is my distance from Belladonna
80 feet.
currently?
You had her move directly upwards, and she needed 80 feet to get a visual range on everything.
Okay. And her distance to, I guess, Bryn.
To Bryn, you're looking at like 140 feet.
Okay. Um, Belladonna will stay at her current height and proceed to follow me, with her movement, because I can't use any spells until it's my turn. So.
Okay. Well, now it's your turn.
Wow, how convenient. Oh, well, I'm out of range to use anything. I will have prepared 2 Eldritch Blasts, for if anyone gets if JJ gets close enough to me, and and I become in danger.
Roger that. Okay. After Kapoor is Nori.
So what does Nori see
Right this second, you have Racha, who is still menacingly holding a bag, but JJ, the not so nice guy who just hurt you, has gone. So a half destroyed carriage lays behind you, some rubble in the road, just a little bit of chaos of people kind of running throughout the sides of the streets, trying not to be in the middle of this, but mainly just you and Racha.
So I can't see Bryn
If you get away from the carriage, you can.
I think Nori is going to. So her instinct right now is that whoever this person is hurting her and her friends. So he's probably doing something bad. I need to find where he is so I can protect my friends. So I think she's going to look for him. And then if she finds him, this is not smart, but it's what she would go run towards him.
Can I use? I already uncanny dodge, so I guess I couldn't.
Yeah, you can't use your reaction.
But I was gonna say.
Okay, so moving about 5 feet away from the carriage, you do see Saren and Bryn. Oh, not Saren and Bryn. JJ and Bryn at the intersection. Currently, Bryn trying and sometimes succeeding hacking at him with her sword. So you want to use your 25 or your movement and dash? They're about 90 feet away right now. Nori?
I'm 90 feet away.
You've got 25 feet of your regular movement left.
Looking at the range. So I guess I'm gonna run towards them.
Okay. So movement and dash?
How close would I get with just movement?
Just movement, you're still going to be a good 7 or 65 feet away.
Yeah, I guess I do the dash.
Okay. So that puts you 35 feet away.
Alright, and that's all.
Alright, that brings us to Saren, who pops back into existence.
Okay, how far is he from me while I'm in the ethereal
20
plane?
feet.
Okay, I'm gonna pop 10 feet closer to him so I'm 10 feet away from him.
Okay. And as you do so, he releases the spell he was holding.
Is it save or attack?
It is going to be a save. Dex saving throw. 4.
Counterspell. 3rd level.
Okay.
I'm guessing I have to roll, but...
Yeah, you do have to roll.
To roll for me, I think? Nope. Okay, I actually got to ask you about this. It says my spell casting ability, but it doesn't say whether that's my modifier or my spell attack modifier.
casting a spell fourth level higher, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability.
So your ability would be intelligence because that's the ability, the stat that you use to cast your spells.
I definitely get the spell.
Okay. So you counterspell, and he kind of like looks at his hands and looks at you, and gives another little smile.
Jesus.
Guess we're gonna up the spell with
Alright.
it then.
It's time to be Spider-Man. I'm going to chill touch.
Counterspell.
Cool. Chill touch. No. And then if it works. And then I die.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere this time.
Damn. I really wanted to do it too. I was just gonna start like moving close to him and blipping out, and then appearing on other sides and having 2 turns of being Spider-Man from Infinity War until Thanos.
All right, Shaw, your turn.
So Nori's running towards him.
Yes.
Alright, well, like, I'm not gonna stop her at this point. He's gonna go running that direction as well. Drop the bag, pull out. So I had said he dropped the weapon, so I guess he dropped his rapier.
You said he dropped the bow.
Okay, so then I will run with my rapier towards him. And is there enough distance for me to just cover by running at him?
It's 90 feet. Oh, for you, 95 feet, because you were 5 feet in. So movement and dash would get you right next to Nori, at least.
I guess I'm gonna do all 3 dashes then to get up to him and flank him with Bryn.
You wouldn't be able to flank. You would be coming in on his left side, and she's in front of him.
Gotcha.
Because you would still be 5 feet away, so that wouldn't give you the time to go around him. All right. Brings us to JJ's turn. I need everyone, except for Kaporin, to make wisdom saving throws.
Have I managed to actually save anything since I joined this group?
I'm pretty sure you haven't.
That includes Belladonna.
Oh, Belladonna. Okay.
That was the first time I've rolled above a 10, so that's nice.
Okay, so everyone but Racha. You all become fish. Not just any fish. You guys all become large Atlantic cod. You guys. Yeah.
Question. Does he do anything to us while we're in fish form?
You
Just
literally
so I
just
can-
became fish. Can I like get to the next thing?
Sure.
So everyone but Racha turns into a fish, and you start flopping on the floor. You all have 3 turns before you start suffocating and take damage. But for now, you guys are flopping on the floor.
Does Belladonna just die from falling 80 feet?
Good point.
Can I poof her?
That's an interesting question. Can you poof it if it's polymorphed?
Yeah, that's something I don't think anyone's really thought about.
I mean, you could make a ruling of whether or not he can spend his reaction before the cast goes off.
Like I hear something going on and I just pull her away.
No, he wouldn't do that.
Or yeah, I don't know how.
Odds or evens,
Well,
Kaporin.
I'm feeling
Okay,
evens.
so you can poofer. On your turn. Unless
Okay,
you want to use your
so on my
reaction
turn.
to poofer.
What's their distance from me right now?
Her to you?
The group to me.
The group to you, since you've continuously kept running in a different direction, you're now looking at about, so it was 60, and you healed Saren for that one, so you're looking at like 160 feet.
Yeah, I guess as a reaction, I'll poof her and on my turn keep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's poofed. The flying fish gets poofed. And so as he's kind of like looking down at all the fish, and then kind of turns to you, Richa, and another little smile.
Well, I guess if there's nothing else anybody can do I just go?
But he's gonna point his finger at you, and then it's your turn. So for Bryn, Belladonna is poofed. Kaporin comes up next.
How much time has passed
Since the fish making.
since the banishment?
Oh, the banishment doesn't matter. He gave up concentration on that.
Oh, okay. Stupid. I'm gonna move into range for. Wait, does polymorph count? Works? Dispel magic work on polymorph?
You would have to still roll for the dispel against the level of the spell.
Comparing up, I thought he was a fish.
No,
too.
he was too far away. He rolled for Belladonna.
God.
Then Kaporin's gonna get within range to pop off his 2 Eldritch Blast, I guess.
So you're getting to the 100 feet mark.
The 120-foot mark.
Okay. Go ahead and shoot.
And these are all pushing shots.
Okay. Only 2 hit. One of them is the crit, so make sure you roll it. Double the damage on it. On the second one. Alright, so 20 points of damage.
And a 20-foot push.
There's no save against it.
Let me double check.
No, I don't think so.
Repelling blast, it's just when you hit a creature with Eldritch Blast, you push the creature 10 feet
Okay.
away in the direction of a
So
straight
he gets
line.
pushed out of Richaw's range. Okay, that brings us Nori's turn. Nori, you're a fish. Saren's turn. Saren, you're a fish.
Actually, to the joke I was really impatient to make, none of my stuff's concentration, so I'm currently a fish with glowing eyes that just stays there for now. but I might poof out of existence.
All right, Racha, you're up.
Does a fish need to breathe in the ethereal realm? I don't even know.
No, but if it happens while you're there, you're just gonna see Saren vanish because he's never used that spell in front of you. Or the fish that was Saren
The fish
will
formerly
vanish
known
the
as
same
Saren.
way. Yeah, it'll be basically exactly what happened to the demon. So
So even though you're getting a very hungry vibe right now with all the fish nearby, you know that these are your friends.
Fish are friends, not food.
How big are these fish? You said they were
Yeah, they're
cod.
large, like large cod. So you're talking like 80 pounds.
Dang, I was gonna say I'm gonna pick Bryn up and use her.
Not quite.
Because then you get hit and you take damage and you come out of the fish. It would have worked out. Don't worry.
I love that.
Fish fight.
But fine. The case. I'm gonna run at him with my rapier still.
Okay, go for it.
My cheeks hurt. I've been laughing too hard.
I don't get sneak attack, do I?
No. He's 20 feet away from anybody else.
Yeah, I figured. I don't know why I didn't roll for a crit. Give me a second.
Alright, so 13 damage.
Correct.
Alrighty then. Alright, cool. That is your turn.
It took 20 feet to get
Yeah.
to him, right? I will impose myself on whichever side the nori fish is, and bonus action, Hexblades curse him.
Okay. Okie dokie. So that brings us back to his turn. Racha, I need a charisma saving throw from you. Saren, and Bryn, you also both need to make charisma saving throws.
I'm guessing my fish charisma is absolutely
0, yeah.
abysmal.
So that's a -4.
Just to make sure you did it, was there a concentration for that or no?
For what?
For the fish forms.
He's got a thing that makes him able to split concentration.
Yeah, but I'm saying like a
Oh, yeah.
saving throw
No,
for
he
sure.
saved. 19.
Just
Yeah.
making sure.
Do my Eldritch Blast count?
Yeah, he saved against him. He's got advantage on
Ow,
saves.
he's
He's
got
got advantage.
Oh,
High level wizards, man. So I got Saren, I got Bryn. I needed one other person to make a save. There it is. Hey, Racha saves. But Bryn and Saren, you guys are baned. So when you make an attack roll or a saving throw, you have to roll an extra d4 and subtract that from your attack or saving throw. Oh, I realized I did it at third level, so that means we'll go ahead and make Nori do the charisma saving throw as well.
My charisma is
Minus
a
4.
fish. That was it anyway.
All right. You are baned as well. It's hard jumping between two stat blocks here. But for you, Richaw, actually, for you, Kaporin,
Huh?
you Mr. Pokey Poke from far away, he's gonna Pokey Poke back.
I don't like pokey poke.
He needs to get closer because he got pushed back. Alright, so he'll use his... So, Richaw, as you're harrying JJ there in front of you, he kind of like looks at you and just gives you like a little bit of a wave as he just turns to mist in the air and appears 10 feet past all the flopping fish on the ground towards Kaporin. And he finishes his wave that he was giving Richaw to a wave at you now, Kaporin.
I'm scared.
Oh, actually, no, because he... Yeah, we'll get rid of it. We don't care about that. Okay. He's going to use his movement to get a little bit closer as well. Alright. This requires a con saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you do save. I need to roll some dice. Actually, it's too many dice to roll, so I'll just do it in here.
Oh no.
So that plus 30 makes 65. Halved makes it 33.
Points
Necrotic
of
damage,
Fun.
As he just raises a finger and you just feel this energy course through your veins. And the smile just get a little bit larger on his face. Alright.
Okay.
Alright, that ends his turn. Bringing us back to Bryn. Fishy fish.
I just remembered
What's that?
I do have the ring, but that's past and I don't want to retcon anything. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm already dealing with like 6 tabs myself just keeping this character afloat, so I can't be dealing with your guys' equipment as well.
Yeah, it's my fault. I'm sorry.
Bella's gone. Kaporin, it is your turn. He now stands 60 feet away from you.
Okay. God, I don't know what to do at the moment. How far is he from the group?
The group currently? About 60 feet as well.
God, I don't know what to do.
I will use one Eldritch Blast set and attempt to heal me with the rest of my healing
All right, go
light.
for it. Rachel, you're up next.
How close is he to the closest fish?
He's 60 feet or 55 feet to the closest fish. To you, since he got pushed and you were harassing on the other from the west side, you're looking at about 75 feet to him. And you're pushing him back again? Okay, so
Yes.
make that 45 to the nearest fish, 65 to you.
If a spell's at will, does it? I can't use it as an action.
Which spell?
False.
Yeah, false life.
I mean, basically when it says at will, it means it doesn't require your spell slots. It's a lot of fucking d6s. What are we doing? Oh, those are your healing. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
So as far as that will goes, it means it doesn't cost you anything, but you still have to follow the rules of the cast.
Got it. Am I still able to move?
Yeah, you haven't moved yet.
Yeah. So then I will just take my movement 30 feet back from him.
Okay. So that's another round for Nori and Sarah and his fish. Rachel.
My fish
fish is
vanishes,
gone.
by the way.
Rachel, he is now 55 feet to you.
So how close is he to the fish then? 25?
To the closest fish, he's 45.
All right. So then, yeah, he'll bonus action dash along with his movement into range of him and swing with his rapier again.
Okay. You swing hard and wide as you're coming in for a run, and as he does so, he kind of quickly steps out of the way and ends up connecting with the ground and the stone and sending a sharp vibration up through the blade into your hand, which makes you have to drop the sword. It's still there, but you had to drop it.
Sounds good.
All right. That brings us to JJ's turn. What is JJ going to do?
Leave us alone.
Okay. That's what he's going to do. So he drops the polymorph on all you guys. Actually, will he?
Yes.
No, he won't. He's going to move away from you, Racha. So you can do an unarmed attack against him if you want, but I think your unarmed attack does 0 damage.
Technically he's a cursed target, so I would do +3.
Okay, so go ahead and
So I might.
if you want to unarmed attack him as he moves away from you. That doesn't hit, unfortunately. But he moves back as he starts to cast a spell. As he starts to kind of look at the scene around him, he points, 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 and points. And as he finishes, everyone go ahead and give me dex saves.
What on earth is Dex?
Fish
You think
dex
about-
when you're out of water is -4.
Just gonna use the -4 I have to several stats.
And then I still get advantage on dex saves as a fish, even though because I'm hasted.
That hasn't worn off, so technically, yeah.
Okay.
An interesting bunch of fish. Hasted in the ethereal plane.
Oh yeah, Sarah.
Flopping on the ground.
Do the saves.
How far is Kaporn? Like 140 feet, right? Or no, wait, excuse me.
No, you're only
60 maybe.
because he did move another 30 feet back, so you're about 90.
Alright, I'm gonna just screw myself over here. But he did Bane.
Yeah,
Right.
so you'd have to D4. All those that are baned also roll a D4 and just subtract that.
I got a -2. I can't do much worse.
You found a way, Nori.
6. I did it. This is. I'm not having fun.
Right, I'm at a -5 too, it's fine.
By the way, the D6, since I'm not smart enough to know anything, my fish just poofs in 10 feet above where I was
Oh, on your turn, yeah.
at the start of my turn.
Okay, so everyone who got lower, so basically only is that everyone's saves? Kaporin, Bryn, Richa, Nord. Oh yeah, because Saren's in the ethereal. Okay, so Richa, you save. You're the only one that does. So you take half the damage that I'm going to roll right now.
Actually, I take none because of evasion.
Correct? So, as he gets done pointing at the 4 locations, the sky darkens, and in the clouds that have been accumulated around, in 4 locations inside the clouds, it seems as if 4 separate suns all of a sudden appear and start to be moving. Not suns, too small to be suns. 4 smallish meteors, each impacting in certain locations, make landfall across the party's group, with Richa able to see it coming and fucking quickly get out of the way. Kaporin a bit more mesmerized by what was going on, and the fish being fish. It impacts, cracking you out of your fish forms, only to receive the extra 133 damage. This also takes out large chunks of building, and wreckage starts to pour across the streets. People, once the darkened cloud had happened, started running in terror. And some were able to get out of the way, some not so lucky. Some were just in their homes. and are collateral damage. So, that leads me to my next question. I believe Nori instantly dies.
We all do.
But Nori, all those that... I'll get to that in a second. So Nori, you immediately go, correct?
There's no
What-
way I survive.
So what's the fish's health?
It's
That's
one.
that might in. Okay, just wanted to make sure because it might infect Bryn's thing then.
I believe it's one. I will triple check.
What's the thing? What are saves after death? Basically anything. Sorry, never mind.
Okay, actually, I was mistaken. It is not 1. It is 12. So that would bring the total down to 122.
If your health is 61 or higher, you don't die instantly.
Does that mean we all live?
Well, you're unconscious.
Yeah, but like we didn't die instantly, which was insane.
So there's two different ways that I've ever heard it as rules. So it'd have to be what you would like, Val. The one way is if whatever the excess damage is after they're dead or after they go unconscious is greater than their total health, they're dead. And if the other way is if their damage is not more than double their total health, then they would live. So and in Bryn's case, one way she's dead and one way she's not. So
the way this
I don't
works is double your total health. If you're alive, the way that I'm ruling it, and this will be from now on, if you are alive at one point and some sort of mass wound inflicting thing happens to you, just short of like a disintegrate spell or something like that, the damage must take away your health that you have remaining, as well as your max health to negative effect. So what's Bryn's health at right now?
After that, it would be a -2 because it would 122 minus the 48 I have is 74 left over, and she's at 72 health points.
She has 72 total health is what she means. So if she has 48 health, subtract that from the 122.
Yeah, gotcha.
She's at
So what I was getting to next is if you are alive and then you go to die, the overall amount to kill you straight out needs to be double your health. So it would need to have been 144 points of damage to just kill you right now. But since you were alive, plus minus the 12 from the fish, so it's 122 damage to you, you're starting to make death saving throws, but you're not outright dead.
Then I think Nori might be alive too.
Yes, you didn't incur any damage, I don't think, beforehand, right?
I did take some damage.
She was in her eagle form for a little bit.
But
and then-
yes, you have 66
I'm at-
full
I
health,
was
so
at
you'd still be
34
alive. Yeah, to get
Yeah.
one shot, unless a spell specifically says, like, disintegrate or some of the power word stuff, to just straight up die from one thing, it would need to be double your health in max damage. But if you're already unconscious, once you get to your health negatively, you die. See what I'm saying? So if you're alive, you take damage, you go unconscious, but there's a lot of extra damage. The overall damage needs to be double your health. If you're in the battle and you get knocked out and you go to 0, and then someone comes up and stabs you, not only do you fail a death save, but if the damage that is actually done to your body reaches your health, so for Brandon it would be 72. So if someone stabs you and does 72 damage with that stab, then you're dead.
Makes sense to me.
All right. So with that, with Racha escaping any damage from this, good job.
Absolutely absurd. I just immediately fell from the sky and I'm fine.
Wish I remembered my ring earlier. That would save me.
But with that, so yeah, down. Did you roll for your last 2 hits, though, after you had told me?
Who are you referring to?
Eldritch Blast, boy.
Did I roll?
Because
Which
you
one?
hit
Sorry.
2 more times after you had you said, oh, I forgot my ring.
He rolled damage on one of them. He didn't hit the second one. It looks like.
Oh,
It has to be natural.
Okay. Oh, I mean, you had 2 nat 20s throughout the whole time, so I'll give you those 2 rolls.
Oh, really? Okay. Thank you. Bless you.
So an extra 30 points of healing.